Hey everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're going to have a look at users within WordPress. A lot of people don't realize, but actually there is a range of different user levels that you can have within WordPress, and they all have different abilities to edit and change things within your website. A lot of people work at the admin level, so the administrator level, and that gives them access to everything that's going on, but it also puts you in a position where you can easily break everything that's going on. So giving people access at administrator level, unless they're a webmaster, someone like myself, is very, very dangerous to your website. And also, it also gives them access to a level that they don't need to be in. So if they accidentally delete all your plugins or your theme or something, it's not really their fault because you shouldn't have let them get there in the first place. So let's have a look at what we can do. Underneath users on the side here, we've got all users. You'll see an account here with my name on it, and my role is administrator. Now, if I wanted to downgrade myself, I could change my role and click change and move myself down. But let's have a look at how we create a new account. But first, I'm going to have a quick look at my profile. So my profile gives information about me and what I see. So the first thing is up the top here, we can change the color of our scheme. So if you want to change to something different, and where you might do this is if you've got two accounts, you might have an administrator level account and you might have a publishing level account. So you change the colors. So when you're an administrator, you're in red, so you're aware, like I'm in red, that's dangerous. When you're normally writing, you might make it blue. Okay, so the color schemes are useful within multiple levels when you're looking into your website. You can change your language based on what language it should be in. Mine's English Australian, so that helps a little bit with the spelling. Make sure you fill in your first name, last name, and a nickname. Now the nickname can be like Mr. Web Marketing or something like that, or it can just be your name. Down here you can choose how you're going to display your name. Your email address, of course, is always part of your profile. And you can fill in your bibliography and your website if you have an external website. Obviously this is, putting in an external website would be because someone's writing for you and it might link back to their website. Profile picture is taken from a site called Gravatar. You can see that right there. What you do is go to Gravatar and using your email address, you make a profile there and you add your image. And then WordPress and quite a few other sites will actually check based on your email address what your picture looks like and automatically fill your picture in. Okay, so you get this effect here where you get the profile picture. You've got a password, and in this case Thrive's given me some extra social settings so I can put my Facebook stuff and then I can update my profile. Okay, so you can come in at any time as a user and change this yourself. This is your area. But as an admin, I have the ability to add new users. So a couple of tips. The first one is never create a user called admin, okay, because it's the first one that quite often is set up as a default user, and it's all obviously going to be the first thing that hackers are going to try to get into your site. So don't do that. Do something more interesting. Now you'll notice in here we've got a little funny character, okay, a hashtag. You can't use that in a username. Okay, but you can use numbers if you want to. Now be aware that if it doesn't like it, it will throw it out. So if we try this and they've changed their rules on what you can use for your username, then it won't accept this. Email address, first name, and I can put my website. Now password is automatically generated within here, but if you want to set a password, you can. Just click show password and write whatever you want in there. My suggestion is don't. Use the one they give you. It's nice and long, it's quite difficult to remember it, but if you use a password protection program, you'll be able to store that password and then use the program like LastPass or whatever to fill that in. So use a good password. Okay, these sites are hacked all the time. There's always bots going around testing the logins to try and get inside, and all they've got to do is get a username and a password and they're in. So don't play Russian roulette with this. Make sure it's a decent one. Send the new user an email, so that's always a good idea, even if you're doing one for yourself, because then the details are stored in your email and you can always go and search your email to find the password, which is extremely long. And that sometimes happens. You might be away from your normal computer and you want to be able to log in on a different computer, but you don't have your password program. So at least you can search your email if you need to. Okay. Now the roles, we have subscriber, contributor, author, editor, and administrator. What does that mean? Well, if we go to WordPress, they tell us administrator, someone who has access to the administration features of everything. They can touch every part of the site and make changes. An editor can publish and manage posts, including the posts of others. So if you've got a whole pile of people submitting posts, an editor can approve and edit and change everything of all those people. So an editor is a good level to give someone who's kind of doing stuff within the posts and pages section. Author, they can publish and manage their own posts. So just say you've got a writer working for you and you want them to be able to publish their posts, give them author's access. They can put their post in, they can press publish, and it will go live on your website. Contributor, they can write them, but they can't publish them. Okay, so that means an editor or someone above the level of a contributor has to approve the post. And lastly, subscriber. Now, subscriber is normally used for when you do membership sites and things like that. So you won't really set that one up often for any really good reason. The most common one you use will be contributor or author. Okay. So if you're writing a lot of posts on your own website, sometimes it's worthwhile creating a second profile with all your personal details and make it an editor level. That way, if you've got someone else writing, you can approve their stuff as well. Okay. So if I choose editor and I go add new user, you'll see that I now have a new user here. Role is editor, and I can add and delete them because I am logged in as the admin. Remember, as the admin, you have a higher level than them, so you can delete them. They can't delete you, but you can delete them. Okay, now there's different things you can do. You can click on here to select that one and go change role, and you can upgrade them to administrator or to whatever level you want, or you can downgrade them to author if you want to. It's nice and easy. You'll also see this post column, and it tells you that there is 0 posts by that person, 1 post by me in this case. Okay, very easy to understand, and if you want to edit it, just click on it and away you go. You can do all your usual things, change all your color schemes and update the user. So if you're running a WordPress site and you do have people writing for you or doing stuff on your site, think about what level they need to be having access at. If someone's a webmaster like myself, where I go in and I add plugins and I fix all sorts of things, I would need administrative rights to do what I do for you. But if they're just writing for you, don't let them have that level of access. And I'd advise, as I said, you don't give yourself that level of access when you're just using it day to day. You might want a second profile with all your details in it and do all your writing on that. That way it's separated out of the admin account and there's no chance of you, breaking anything or something like that. Also, it adds another layer of security. If you happen to be blogging on a public machine, you can log in underneath your editor role or your author role and make posts that way. And if anyone captures the logins, well, they're only going to get in at that level. They're not going to get in at an administrator level, and the worst they can do is delete all your posts, in which case you should have a backup and you should be able to bring all those back. So I'm Brad Howitt, Mr. Web Marketing. If I can help you with your website marketing, please feel free to give me a call.